evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on Weekend Live. Let's take a look at stories making headlines tonight. President Ruto's sentiments clash with that of his deputy as Ruto condemns tribal politics among leaders. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua campaigns for his one-man, one-vote, one-shilling agenda as he calls on leaders to unite their regions to be beneficiaries. Days after landing from the US, President Ruto is set to leave to South Korea with claims that the trip will create job opportunities. And in agribusiness tonight, fish farmers encouraged to embrace value addition in fish production to increase their income values. Now, we are live on YouTube at Kutv News Kenya, and you can send us your feedback on X at KUTV_Kenya at Anyango Sylvia KE. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Lucy Kierie, and I'm Anyango Sylvia. We begin. While contradicting his deputy's position a week ago, President William Ruto has encouraged members of parliament to continue traversing the country on legislative and oversight responsibilities as part of their efforts to promote national unity. Speaking during a church service at Amutala Stadium in Kimilili, Bungoma County, President Ruto said that MPs have three main responsibilities: representation, legislation, and oversight.
It is now ultimately clear that some misunderstandings exist between President William Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua after their sentiments on what's termed as political tourism contradict. On one hand, President Ruto supports MPs' visit to other regions in Kenya, while Rigathi a week ago urged them to focus on their regions.
Kila mtu achunge constituency yake. Stay in your constituency. Kila mtu amechaguliwa kwake. What we don't want is political tourism.
Na washauri wa bunge wetu, tekeleza wajibu wako katika constituency yako ya kuwakilisha watu ambao wamekuchagua. Lakini vile vile tekeleza wajibu wako wa oversight. Tekeleza wajibu wako wa legislation kwa Wakenya wote, na ni lazima uwaelewe na utembee Kenya ndio uelewe.
This comes as disunity among leaders in Kenya seems to be heating up, with President Ruto warning leaders against divisive politics and championing for the promotion of national unity.
Tafadhali, nirudie tena, tafadhali. Sisi tulio viongozi, tusitembee barabara telezi ya kugawanya wa Kenya kwa misingi ya kabila.
We should not 61 years after independence tuwe ati kwamba bado tunataka kurudi katika vikundi vya mkabila. Hiyo haiwezi kupeleka Kenya mbele.
While strongly denying tribal politics, speaker after speaker emphasized the importance of unity among Kenyans for the sake of peace and development.
Tuepukane na ukabila, kwa sababu hatutaki tulete ukabila kwa Kenya, na bali Mheshimiwa Rais ndio anasimamia taifa nzima, Afrika nzima kwa mambo ya amani.
Hata tukiongea lugha zetu tofauti tofauti za kienyeji, tujue tuko na taifa moja. And we should not take the unity of our country, the security of our country, the stability of our country we should not take it for granted, because in the past we have suffered when we have hurt each other because of differences among ourselves.
Sisi zote ni Wakenya. Tupendane, tuheshimiane, tuachane na mambo ya kuzungumuza hii kabila yangu, hawa watu yangu.
This call for unity from national leaders sounds exactly like a warning bell. If it rings, there is an issue. And if it doesn't, then there is none. James Baraka, KUTV Weekend Live.
On the other hand, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has yet again defended his one man, one vote, one shilling agenda, stating that every region has the right to come together for the purposes of receiving their shares accordingly. Gachagua spoke in contrast of his boss, who appears to be against his agenda. Edward Nyamu with more.
Few would have predicted a rift between President William Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua to emerge 21 months after their win, especially by Kenya's infamously volatile political standards. Ruto has already expressed his desire to see his number two receive better treatment, alluding to his own struggles as deputy president. However, this has not been witnessed in recent days, with the president and his deputy having been seen not to agree on revenue sharing. Deputy President, who has of late embraced the one man, one vote, one shilling campaign in favor of Mount Kenya, is now at a hot seat with his boss allies who continue to criticize his move.
I have seen an argument yesterday, somebody arguing that for call of unity of our region, we can be isolated. Why would anybody isolate us of being united? Why? How can unity be a bad thing? Is unity a bad thing? Unity is a good thing. I don't think anybody can say that because we are united, we should be isolated. I think that is very retrogressive talk.
The gospel of uniting the Mount Kenya region has highly received criticism, with readers from the region standing against Rigathi. The second in command has recently rubbished off Ruto allies for interfering with Mount Kenya politics, urging them to focus on their own region.
This country is made up of regions. Regions are made up of counties. And therefore will cultivate for unity bottom up. Sisi ni bottom up people, tunaanza huko chini. Tunaanza county, tunaunganisha. Tunaunganisha region, tunaunganisha. Tunaenda kwa national, tunaunganisha. That will continue doing because it's important that we do so.
Since Kenyatta's retirement in 2022, the region has been without a prominent political figure referred to as the kingpin in Kenyan politics. Gachagua has seen an opportunity to establish a strong support base in the region in order to pursue his own presidential ambitions.
I wanted to explain what is our call for unity. It's unity to ensure there is speedy development. It's unity of purpose to join other regions to be part of the greater Kenya. It is also unity to enhance our relevance in the national political discourse. Because when we are united, we are able to successfully bargain for our share of the national cake, as it should be, and as we encourage every other region to do so. And each region has unique issues that cannot be pushed nationally.
It might take the deputy president 3 long years to hold another presidential election if he follows the well-known Ruto model and starts a full-scale uprising in the government. Edward Nyamo, KUTV.
President William Ruto is leaving the country this evening, heading to South Korea, where he intends to complete the plans that were set during his previous meeting that took place in the same country in November last year. This comes at the backdrop of controversies among Kenyans concerning the cost of his trip to the United States. Ruto claimed that the meeting with President Joe Biden led to the signing of contracts worth billions of shillings.
A week after President William Ruto returned to the country after completing a 4-day trip to America.
So, si mnakubali ni ya muhimu? So, niende ama nilale? Aya, asante, mmenirelease.
The president is flying again, heading to South Korea.
Leo, mimi naenda Korea.
Ruto broke the news during an interdenominational prayer service at Kimilili, Bungoma County.
Wametupatia pesa bilioni 40 ya vijana katika creative economy. Na hiyo pesa ndio naendea, ndio vijana wetu tuwasukume katika creative economy.
Expecting criticism against his series of foreign trips, President Ruto has defended his foreign trips, stating that they are aimed at pushing the nation forward.
Niende ama nilale? Aya, asante, mmenirelease.
Complaints against these trips have continued to emerge, with many mentioning it as wastage of public resources, which the president has stand firm in defending them.
Baliana watatupatia pesa bilioni 25 ya vifaa ya kutengeneza mabwawa ya maji. So tunaenda kuweka sahihi ndio vijana 5,000, 6,000, 10 waende wafanye kazi, watuletee madola, tujenge Kenya.
President William Ruto has been traveling a lot since he started his leadership term in September 2022, having visited more than 60 countries worldwide. Recently, President Ruto completed an official trip to America, where he met President Joe Biden and signed development contracts, including improving transport, security, education, and digital economy sectors. However, these trips have received a lot of criticism from citizens, claiming that he is misusing public resources. His recent trip to America is alleged to have cost about 200 million on the jet only, a claim that President Ruto denied, saying that the plane costed about 10 million shillings, an amount that was reduced by friends, which was cheaper than using the national airline Kenya Airways. Salma Swaleh, KUTV.
And Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has urged Kenyans not to take for granted the security in the country, saying it is a critical pillar for economic transformation. Mudavadi said the president is heading key peacekeeping missions and Kenya should not at any given time slide back into conflicts, yet the president is the one advocating for peace and security in other nations. Mudavadi challenged the people of Bungoma and Western Kenya region to continue supporting President Ruto's development agenda, saying the region has a huge potential.
Tuepukane na ukabila, kwa sababu hatutaki tulete ukabila kwa Kenya, na bali Mheshimiwa Rais ndio anasimamia taifa nzima, Afrika nzima kwa mambo ya amani. Kwa hayo ambayo nimehimiza, nilisema nahimiza nikivaa kofia yangu kama waziri wa mambo ya nchi za kigeni.
And moving on away from politics, even after the suspension of the junior secondary school, that is JSS, teachers strike by the Teachers Service Commission, TSC, and the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, KUPPET, teachers in Kilifi County have continued their strike. These teachers have emphasized that the strike will only cease if the national government fulfills all their demands, including the employment of 46,000 teachers.
The strike by junior secondary school teachers in Kilifi County persists, with teachers expressing dissatisfaction even after the agreement by Teachers Service Commission and the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers that suspended their strike. These teachers have complained that their representatives were compromised, and they insist that the strike will only end once their demands are met by the national government, particularly regarding the employment of 46,000 teachers. Secretary General of Kilifi County Union of JSS Teachers, Azani Ngumbao, affirmed that the strike is ongoing, clarifying that the KUPPET Union did not initiate this strike.
Mgomo wa walimu katika vita vyetu tunapigana na TSC wala sio KUPPET. Mwajiri wetu ni TSC na hakuna venye kwamba leo tutasaini return to work formula na KUPPET. KUPPET is not our employer. Our employer is TSC.
According to Ngumbao, the national government announced plans to employ 46,000 teachers, while KUPPET was pushing for only 26,000, a stance deemed unacceptable. He declared that there will be no resumption of work until teachers are compensated and employed.
Parliament Committee imekubali kutoa pesa ili kuajiri walimu 46,000. Katika msimamo wao KUPPET wanasema kwamba wameshinikiza serikali iajiri walimu 26,000. Hilo hatulitaki kusikia.
Tunawaambia wale wanajiita national what? Leaders. Interim leaders. Sisi Wale ambao tunawatambua na kuwasikiliza is our spokesperson Omari and our Secretary General Daniel Mureti. Nyinyi wengine ambao mmejichagua hatuwatambui kabisa.
Through mediator Kutv Secretary General Akielo Misori, the teachers are promised that Kutv will lobby Parliament to allocate a budget of 8.3 billion shillings to convert 26,000 teachers interns into permanent and pensionable positions, with additional funds earmarked for future teachers cohort. Brenda Nyongesa, KUTV.
On that note, we take a very fast break on the bulletin tonight. Don't go far, we'll be back with more stories.
They are powerful and influential. They make decisions in politics, education, finance, agriculture, health, sports, and all aspects of human life. But the impact of their decisions falls on you, the common citizen. KUTV Primetime News Thursday. We ask bold questions and pursue answers to the core to bring you closer to the story. We couldn't have it any other way. Join me, Auma Evans, as I raise matters of social concern to raise your voice from the background to the foreground. Every Thursday and Saturday at 9 p.m. only on KUTV.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
Folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepo pasi vuguvugu, pepo pa ni idea.
Sazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, hiyo inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni duniani leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
Access to knowledge, solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
Lola is an app that gives you a chance to watch videos, listen to audios, and read articles wherever you are for free. Motivational stories, dramas, campus life, technology, lifestyle, adventure, sports, academics, jobs, entertainment, and more. Download Lola now on Play Store. All you need, you got Lola.
You are watching Weekend Live with Anyango Sylvia.
Welcome back. Keep engaging with us on X at KUTV_Kenya. Now, authorities in Thika East, Kiambu County launched a raid on a clandestine alcohol distillery disguised as an animal feeds factory. The security team seized 700 liters of ethanol and counterfeit branded items. Despite the suspect's escape, Thika East Deputy County Commissioner Chege confirmed the deception and warned the closure of licensed distillers.
Police from Thika East in Kiambu County raided an illegal alcohol distillery plant where they seized over 700 liters of ethanol, hundreds of branded cartons, empty bottles, among other items, even though the suspect escaped. Deputy County Commissioner of Thika East, Helen Chege, confirmed the deception and warned against the illicit alcohol business. She said the suspect posed as a manufacturer of animal feeds and reared chicken until recently, when they got some news that he had converted the business to brewing the killer drinks. She stated that the suspect was counterfeiting popular brands such as Tress, People, Magic Smart, Red Eyes and Network, among others.
Tunatoa tahadhari kwa kuwa hata kama kuna wale ambao wamefungiwa utengenezaji wa pombe, kusikue na mtu ambaye atajaribu kutake advantage ama mtu ambaye atajaribu kufanya biashara na aanze kuuza pombe haramu. Hiyo hatutakubali.
Thika East Sub-County Police Commander Andrew Sora said officers are in search of the brewery owner, stating he was well known by neighbors, therefore warning those selling illicit alcohol since it has affected the health of the youth.
Nataka kutoa onyo kwa wale ambao wanatengeneza pombe haramu ambayo haijaruhusiwa na serikali, kwa sababu pombe imekuwa inaharibu vijana wetu na hatutakubali. Na tuko macho ya kwamba tutafuatilia kila mahali ama kila mtu yeyote yule anayejaribu kufanya kazi kama hii.
CEO of Platinum Distillers in Ruiru, Onesmus Muturi, claimed that his popular Smart brand had been counterfeited. He added that illegal alcohol traders were exploiting the gap left by the government, thereby urging the government to speed up the issuance of licenses to genuine alcohol manufacturers.
Tungeomba tu serikali niweze kutuangalilia kazi zetu ndio turudi kwa kazi, sababu wakati tulipewa siku 21 hiyo ndio wamepata advantage wakawa wanafanya hii biashara.
And moving on to news across our borders, nearly all the ballots have been counted in South Africa, but the ruling African National Congress, ANC, has lost his parliamentary majority vote as it garnered only 40.21% votes. South Africans do not directly vote for the president, but instead they elect the members of the National Assembly, who then elect the president by a simple majority. 201 or more votes determine the presidency. Therefore, the once dominant ANC party will now need to make a deal with other parties to form a coalition government. After IEC announces the election result, the entire process of forming a government will be completed within a couple of weeks to ensure a smooth transition of power and continuity of governance. In agribusiness tonight, fish farmers and traders have been urged to recognize the importance of value addition to their produce in an effort to gain extra income and improve the quality of their produce. The county government of Busia has decided to support the value addition of fish to improve this agricultural sector. Listen in. Fish farming in Busia County has received a boost after the county government took the initiative to promote value addition in fish processing as a key step towards strengthening the fisheries sector. Deputy Governor Busia County Arthur Odera has urged farmers to embrace value addition in their produce and food items to improve the quality of fish products, as this will bring them greater benefits.
Tukifanya na tupange vile tunaenda hivi, very soon this county can be exporting fish not just to the other counties, but also to the other countries. We will have a ready market fish, wavuvi watafaidika, wale wakulima wa samaki watafaidika.
Nangina Ward Representative Johnston Makwaba has supported this motion calling on Busia County government to hire more agricultural extension officers to provide timely assistance with issues in the fisheries sector, hence improving production.
Tukipata walimu wa kilimo ambao wanaweza tembea nyanjani, waweze kuwaelimisha na kuwahimiza namna wanaweza fanya na wajue ni aina gani ya mimea ambayo inaweza kufanya vizuri na kutokana na udongo wa hapa na mazingira ya hapa kwa jumla, inaweza kuwa vizuri sana.
County Executive Committee Member of Agriculture Busia County Omukoko say that the county has registered farmers and provided them with tractors to improve agriculture, and is also looking into how farmers can get loans through agricultural development funds to meet their farming needs.
Kaleta matrakta na baada tunaendelea kuleta matrakta. Tunaangalia sheria, vipengele ya sheria pia ambayo itaturuhusu kupata pesa katika ile agricultural development fund. Tunataka ukipata grant ama loan usichukue 10,000, uchukue ile pesa ya kununua tractor yako mwenyewe na ufanye biashara.
Sisi tuko kwa boda. Vile tumeishi hapa Busia, chakula mingi, paipai, ndisi, nini inatoka Uganda. Na hiyo vitu hii pesa ambao wanaleta chakula, tunawapatia pesa yetu. Sisi uchumi wetu unapotelea Uganda.
Farmers and business people in Busia County have expressed their concern about competition from their counterparts in Uganda, who they say have dominated the market, thus impacting the county's economy. Moving on to sports, Harambee Stars have touched down in Malawi, gearing up for their World Cup 2026 qualifiers with strategic foresight. With just 5 days remaining until kickoff, the squad led by coach Engin Firat, their inaugural clash, is slated against Burundi on June 7, setting the stage for an intense battle on the pitch. The team's focus remains unwavering as they fine-tune their strategies in preparation for this pivotal encounter before their subsequent match-up against Ivory Coast on June 11. Despite being the designated host, Kenya finds itself without a sanctioned venue for the matches, leading to the decision to stage both encounters at the Mbingu National Stadium in Lilongwe. And Kenya Sevens defeated Germany 33-15 in a close playoff game in Madrid today, earning their first ever trip back to the World Series. Kenya got off to a terrible start as their opponents crossed the finish line, but skipper Vincent Onyala tied the score before Tony Omondi scored to put Kenya ahead 7-5 after Christian Ojuang was sent to the sin bin for high tackle. Shujaa Were down to 6 men. Germany took advantage of the situation to attempt a corner post conversion, but it was unsuccessful. Kenya, however, added more tries to earn a 33-15 victory and a glamorous return to the majors. Shujaa was demoted from the World Series in 2024 after placing 13th and will have to deal with stints in the lower Challenger Series. In a historic triumph, Real Madrid has secured their 15th UEFA Champions League title, emerging victorious under the guidance of coach Carlo Ancelotti. The defining moments came as Madrid defeated Borussia Dortmund with a commanding 2-0 win in the 2024 final. However, amidst the celebration, a bittersweet note resonated as midfielder Toni Kroos is poised to bid farewell to the iconic white jersey set to defeat the team in the upcoming transfer window. Additionally, Marco Reus concludes his tenure with Borussia Dortmund, marking the end of an era for the German forward. As the football world awaits the dawn of a new era, Madrid's triumph stands as a testament for the enduring legacy on the European stage. Now that is it from us. Thank you so much for making it this far and for choosing KUTV tonight. Our sign language interpreter tonight has been Lucy Kiarie and Anyango Sylvia. Have a good night.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
What would it take for you to walk out of the door of your house with nothing, run through violence on the streets, and then walk to another country with no food, property, or money? To a place that is already desperately poor, where you don't speak the language. What terror would have to happen for you to do all this, leaving your 3-year-old daughter behind?
Horrifying accounts of human rights abuses continue to emerge from Ethiopia's northern Tigray region. Reports of atrocities and food shortages.
The UN says without significant help, things could deteriorate.
My name is Hafton Kidu. When I was in my country, I was leading my life in good way. Just when the war is happened, I came here as refugee people. I don't have the full information about my family, and they are in life or they are died. So in case of this one, yeah, I came here alone.
In late 2020, war broke out in Ethiopia's Tigray region. Tens of thousands of people, like Haftum, fled to camps in Sudan, where they remain with no prospect of going home. More than 1 million people are displaced inside Ethiopia, and propaganda from both sides makes it hard for outsiders to know what's going on. Phone and internet service has also mostly been cut in Tigray, and roads are often closed. When we travel through Tigray in mid-2021, Families tell us they collected the bodies